bit. Just a little bit. Let me move up here so I can miss this bump. Because I do not got time for the bumps to be tearing up the shocks on this car. But hey, you guys, listen, start my morning out with a little bit of Carrie Hilson. Y'all, I really do feel bad for Carrie Hilson sometimes because she really, like, everybody wants to talk about turning me on and pretty girl, what's that song? I am so pretty, and then shoot, those were my joints. This slow dance, that was my Carrie Hilson song. But yeah, you guys, I know I've been MIA for a little bit. For those who saw my community page, I got sick. I don't know if you can kind of hear it in my voice as well too. Every time my nieces and nephew come down, I always get sick. Them little niggas always bring me back something. I swear to goodness. And they're down here for the fair that's in my town. And as soon as my niece came down here with the sniffles and had snot running down her nose, I just knew, let me stay away. But they're down here like all week, so I'm just like, dang. So I was out for the count for 3 days, y'all. But in the meantime, I got my hair dyed. So I don't know if y'all can see just a little bit. It's just a little switch up, nothing huge. I just needed just a little remix, you know. So for those who offered their suggestions on my page, on the community page, I appreciate it. I just wanted to do something a little slight, just for the fall weather. Y'all can kind of see it's got a little bit of reddish undertone. I was kind of wanting to give, like, you know, a little bit of Faith Evans 90s Auburn brick red. I don't know, burgundy-ish. But yeah, and then right after I got my hair done, I got sick. So I was just like pissed off. But in the meantime, while I was sick, I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and I went to sleep and then woke up 2 days later to goddamn, speaking of Love and Hip Hop, Erica Mena and Safari back on their bull. And when they tell you Satan never rests, this is Satan times 2 with them two idiots. But before I get into talk about them, y'all, I want to go ahead and knock out Love and Hiphop Atlanta because I'm a little bit behind on that. And I apologize if I missed some stuff in there. I just really want to kind of, you know, touch on the main bits and pieces of the episode so I can talk to y'all, watch New York Housewives and Salt Lake City because I really want to review them. I just keep getting so behind because there's so many shows on right now. But let's go ahead and stop chit chat. Let's go ahead and get into Love and Hip Hop, y'all. So we open up the episode actually with Sierra and Karlie. And y'all know those two heifers is engaged once again and talking to their men, you know, just like, okay, girl, what we gonna do? Who we gonna invite? You know, and unfortunately, Karlie's daughter lost her dad unexpectedly, so she's not there. And that really just had me looking at Karlie like, I really do see when she be having them scenes with her daughter, you could tell the daughter really be thinking to herself like, my mama is whack. Like, my mama really is so male identified, is so pick-me-ish. It's tragic. And the way you're bragging about, oh, I keeps me a man, Karlie, that's the problem. You're 50 years old talking about I keeps me a man, but yo men don't want to be kept, one, and two, keeping a man, really, like, how many men do you need to keep is the thing. Like, back to back to back, like, you don't know how to stay single, and neither does Sierra. That's y'all's issues. That's why y'all can't get y'all's life on track. But I digress. So, you know, when it comes to Jasmine, her daughter, I really do feel bad because if you probably dig back in their history, it's been nothing but Karlie running after these niggas, okay, and leaving her daughter behind, truth be told. And it kind of feels like that way, like she's doing it now, because especially when the fiance was like, yeah, you know, Jazz, she's just really been to herself, you know, and just kind of in her feelings. And I'm sure there's a bit of Jasmine that kind of feels like, man, you're my mom, I needed you, and here you go off with these niggas again. just started talking about who they gonna invite. Now, Sierra don't with Amy, but Amy is good with Karlie. And then Karlie don't with Bambi, you know, but Sierra's good with Bambi. So it's just kind of like they both were like, look, how about if you let that one slide, I let this one slide. You know, we just go, let's be grown and handle it grown at this party. So they both kind of agree and make that compromise. But obviously, from the way the episode ended, we know how that went. So after that, I'm trying to see if I remember everything. Sorry, y'all, because your girl was on the meds heavy when I watched Love and Hip Hop. So after that, what happened after that? Sierra, Karlie, who else? I'm trying to think. It was Sierra, Karlie, what happened after that? I'm just gonna have to go out of order. I'm trying to think about the stuff that happened in the episode. So Zell, let's just start with Zell. So Zell goes to sit down with Yandy. So if y'all don't remember, Zell basically clocked Yandy's tea. He clocked that tea. Catch, okay? And when Yandy was laughing when Saucy Santana was like, anybody see the ultrasound? And he was like, Yandy, I don't even know why you laughing, because we already know what's going on. Your household ain't clean. We know what's going on with you and Mendices. We heard what the streets are saying. And so he sits down with Yandy. And Zell has always constantly said the same thing of like, my life's not a joke. My life's not a joke. And see, here's the thing, Zell. Nobody's laughing at you per se, because he makes it about him. You know, people not necessarily believing that he's bisexual, or, you know, that he can like men or women. And I don't think that it's it's not possible for you to like men and women. But here's the thing, Zell. You still having the ability to fuck on women is different than you choosing to like have a relationship with them, you know? And with this girl that's your baby mama, not baby mama potentially, you're not in a relationship with her. You only picked her because you wanted a baby. Like, let's be real. Zell is looking for something to fulfill himself. And he's always talked about wanting a baby. Oh, you know, I want to get married, have a baby. And he's always spoke about that in a way in which he was doing it with a woman. And if that's the case, that means you would be actually dating women in the meantime, just in my opinion. So I'm not negating that Zell could be bisexual. I just think Zell is maybe not being honest with himself with just how over to, you know, I'm thinking more 60-40, okay? You about 60% over there for the slang of meats, okay? And then you like 40% over there for the Uchinana snatch, okay? That's just my opinion. But he was like, you know, I just feel like everybody's making a joke out of my life, and so just like, damn. And then Yandy, she gets vulnerable because he apologized. She was like, man, you know, when you said that, you know, I immediately went to Mendices, like, what's going on? Because I already got people out here, you know, on social media. My husband ain't wearing his ring. And it's like, well, Mendices is up for that, with that whole ring stuff. Just talking about, oh, when I get respect, you know, I'll put my ring back on. First of all, Negro, you need to stop making it's about respect, because if you respected her, your ass would put that ring on, and you would then alleviate the feeling that she's having, because everybody on social media is talking about your ass, okay? But we already know, we know what's going on in that regards, and I think Yandy does too. And I really do actually feel bad for Yandy in the regards of, I think she knows her marriage is over. I think Yandy knows absolutely that Mendices is 1 foot out. And she's doing everything she can to fight for it, simply for the fact of she knows how dumb this is gonna look. I literally fought for this man, held him down in jail, for you to come out and sit here and say, I don't feel needed anymore. Make yourself useful. That man confused me with, oh, she acted like she don't need me. What am I supposed to do? She got everything handled. Make yourself useful. Fine, if you see I got certain things handled, without a shadow of a doubt, there's other things that aren't getting handled. But the dudes want to sit there and like try to play semantics when it comes to, oh, she's in the masculine role, she's got everything handled. And let me and clarify this. A woman is gonna do it until you show her she don't have to. Point blank, period. So yeah, Yandy might got all of everything going on right now, but that don't mean you can't pick up the weight, Mendices. But the problem is, because of so much responsibility that it comes with her household, Yandy does have, he feels small. And so you would rather go out there and try to find you some other broad that would be impressed by Mendices, you know, and just leave it at that, you know, and instead of fighting. And Mendices, you would rather push Yandy to file for divorce instead of filing for yourself, because you know god dang well, if you're the one to file and you're the one to leave, you know how much kickback you're gonna get for that. How dare you leave a woman who literally held you down? Mendices don't want that. He don't want that smoke. So he's gonna do everything he can to subconsciously and passive aggressively push Yandy to be the one to file. But nonetheless, they apologize, they good. Moving on, Scrappy and Amy, they go on a little date, okay? They keep trying to say, you know, it's just fun, you know. So Scrappy get there, Amy get there, and you know, the conversation basically starts with them checking in on each other, like, yo, what's going on? You know, Scrappy think you know, she fine, thicker than a snicker, you know, you look good. And and Amy's like, you know, cool, like this could just be something fun, you know. I just got a relationship, I don't want to be, you know, I ain't got no ring, I've been in that whole, you know, lockdown mode, like I'm cool, like it's giving real entanglement, situationship. But you know, she asked him about, so you know, before, you know, we really started talking about stuff like, okay, are you messing around with Erica, baby? Like, are you sleeping with them? You see, he answered the question. It's so funny when it comes down to getting specifics about their life, right? He talking about, well, you know, you didn't ask me, but let me ask you, are you messing around with Chaotic? Now, she was like, that was just boo bestie, okay? That was just boo bestie. But here's the thing, Amy likes to be the only one getting on her niggas, okay? Right? Which makes sense, like, especially if I'm gonna be doing it potentially raw, okay? You know, I need to know that me and you is the only one bumping, you know, privates. Almost said bumping coochies, like both of them got vaginas. You know, I need to know that, you know, you're not gonna pass nothing on to me, right? And so when she found out Chaotic was smashing Erica, that's why they kept having, you know, beef. But here's the thing, Amy. In this situation with Scrappy, you can sit and act like, oh, you know, I don't want nothing serious all day, da-da-da-da. But the way you're speaking about how Bambi was like, oh, you know, she was like, yeah, Bambi just kept talking shit about him, like trying to make it seem like, oh, he's all this bad. You know, he don't handle his business. But here's the thing, Amy, it's not even just Scrappy, Bambi saying it. It's his mama, it's Chaotic, it's Bambi. Like, even Erica Dixon at one point when she was with Scrappy talked about how he was always on bullsh. So here we go once again, a woman ignoring the dick Yelp reviews. Shout out to Erica De Niro. All these is out here need to have Yelp reviews about what it's like to be in a relationship with them. And Amy, you're doing everything you can to justify talking to this man, when all you're really trying to do is piss off Bambi. Really, that's all you're trying to get at Bambi through him. And so if you think this is like, well, you started the battle, I'm gonna win the war just because Bambi might have went on a couple dates with Toucan Sam over there, then I don't know. Like, Amy, I just really, I don't understand. I don't understand. What am I thinking of? Bad Girls Club. Like, I just can't. I don't understand.
I don't understand, bitch. Don't understand. I don't understand, bitch.
Don't understand, Amy. Like, you are better than this. You're too gorgeous for this. And then Scrappy, he is like, he literally is a bum ass nigga. Like, I can't. But go ahead, Amy, go off, because you want to sit there and talk about how you got a hoop in and make it lean over. Okay, so what, he got it curved. After he get to dunking you, how about he gonna curve your ass? Watch. So moving on. What else happens? Spice goes to sit there and talk with Jock. And y'all know Spice is trying to do this album, and she basically sits down with Jock to ask him how he feels about, you know, doing everything. Oh, Spice also talked with Scrappy. Scrappy. Yeah, Scrappy was the one. He went to Spice and basically finally showed the finished products, you know. And the song, you know, was decent or whatever. Like, when it comes to like what songs could be on the album, it was feasible, right? And so it just kind of leaned into what Spice was trying to accomplish. She keeps trying to say, I just want to make this an album, you know, I want this to be real artists. I want real artists. That's all she kept saying. I don't want this to be a joke. But here you are in the backgrounds, you know, giving real evil mastermind. How you talking about you want this to be a real album, but you allowing Amy to cause all this discourse and beef back and forth? And it's like, cool. Even if you do, like, okay, it's a way of being subliminal and, you know, kind of taking, you know, the shots without just making it a whole ass, like, beef song, you know? And that's up to Spice to do, because you are the producer. Instead of trying to make an excuse of, well, I'm the producer, I can't make her, you know, I can't change whenever she's right. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that's why Jock was like, look, like, Spice, I was in it at first, but, you know, after that, you know, somewhat, whatever rehearsal you called it, it's just kind of like, we're not where we started. We're not where we started with what the initiative of what this album was. And so she's like, what are you doing, Jock? You don't want to do it anymore? What are you telling me, Jock? You're pulling out? And he's like, I got so much going on. You know, this album just isn't turning out the way that it was intended to be. And he's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna have to pull out of this, Spice. And the minute he said that, Spice was like, oh, now Jock wants to pull out. This man ain't never pull out in his life, and now you want to pull out of this. And it was just kind of like, yeah, well, that is true. You know, this man, that's why he got 11 babies. Okay, and that's why Kendra was over there playing stepmommy again, because Jock ass don't know how to pull out. But here it is. I do understand, though, why Jock is like, like, I can't co-sign this, you know? And now here it is, Jock, once you've lost yet another person that could really kind of like, not validate, but really kind of like certify this as being a real album, as you like to put it. So, after that, what else happened this episode? Oh, damn. Y'all, I just pulled up to this place and there is a big ass hornet's nest up there. How do people walk in this building? Oh my God. Ooh, living in the South sometimes will scare the out of you. It's too much. It's too much wildlife out here. But what was I going to say? So after that, after Spice, what else happened this episode? Oh, Kendra and Jock. So Kendra and Jock, y'all know they gotta talk about Mo, okay? You know, Mo, when she decided she was gonna put out there, what she say? If I wanted it, I could have him. Y'all, I'm telling you, they absolutely have before. It's giving real on a, you know, we was working late ting, we got a little tipsy, and we done either fondled or we done seen each other's privates. That girl felt way too comfortable in a sense of like, when he was speaking to her last episode, why is people hating? Like, why do people, if I was ugly, people wouldn't say that, like, if I was ugly. And then it was like, the way that she tried to just kind of like, she was joking with him, and the way, y'all saw the energy. Y'all know I ain't tripping. Them niggas, okay? Or Jock definitely has gave her the doomy eyes. Y'all know when you look at somebody, you give them the doomy eyes? Yeah. So when Kendra was like, you know, for her to sit there and yell that, oh, if I wanted him, I could have had him. And Jock was like, oh, word? She said that? Like, she said that? Yes, Jock, she said that. Quit acting like you didn't hear it. And so basically they're just kind of like in a space of like, here we go once again. Jock, you on some bullshit. Kendra's having to deal with it. But, you know, Jock did say something very valid. Like, you know, we keep fighting, we keep going around and rounds, but you saying like, oh, I'm gonna divorce you. That's it, like divorce. And he's like, you gonna have to stop doing that, Kendra. Like, if you not really gonna, you know, file them papers. And I was like, touche, motherfucker, because Kendra, you can't keep yelling, I'm gonna divorce you, be a real man, step up, and then she's like, if you can't be the right man for me, then leave me. I'm sorry, why is he leaving you? Like, why would he be leaving you? No, you need to walk away. But Kendra, you like the fighting. You like the fucking and fighting. Just like Safari and Erica. But we gonna get into them in another video. But that girl, Mo, she definitely wanted some time, and she wanted to be noticed and recognized. And especially for the fact that Kendra knew that girl and was on a very personal level with her. She was like, you know, girl, you been in my house. Like, we break bread together. And that really would piss me off, because yes, it's up to my husband to let me in on those things. But on some girl-to-girl shit, like, if you really, you know, felt some way about how you were being perceived on social media and what my thoughts were potentially about you, me thinking that you could have something going on with my man and you've been inside my house, you would have called her. Like, you would have really for sure called her, but you didn't. So that means you really wanted to be in the BS, or you wanted to kind of be in the mix to make her feel some type of way, just on some passive aggressive petty shit. But yeah, so after that, what else happened this episode? I'm trying to think. Spice, Jock, Yandy, Zell, Sierra and Karlie. Am I missing something, y'all? If I'm missing something, screaming out. Maybe I might, you know, telepathically hear you guys. And I think I'm honestly at the end of the episode, because it wasn't a lot this episode. So let me think. Shit, let me park. Spice, Jock, Scrappy, Amy. Yeah, so let's just get into the final episode. The final scene. So it's time for, you know, the parlay, and everybody, you know, to turn up for the sake of Sierra and Karlie. And of course, everybody trying to sit down, make it copacetic. You know, let's act grown. Let's let the party be the party, right? Well, that was only gonna last but so long. So I don't know how it popped off, who started, I forgot what question it was. They just started talking about everything. And how was it? Was it Zell who asked, I think it was Zell who asked Amy about Scrappy. And oh, and then the boyfriend, somebody said to Sierra was just kind of like, you know, I'm a God-fearing woman, or Amy or something like that. And the boyfriend was like, you God-fearing? You got this whole diss album or whatever. And at this point, you know, Sierra has a right to feel some way about Spice. And it's a good thing Spice didn't show up, because Spice, for you to sit there and act like if you really my friend like that or my girl like that, you would at least gave me a heads up. But nonetheless, you know, Zell starts asking Amy about Scrappy. And he was like, I mean, word on the street is, y'all fucking, okay? Is Scrappy, you know, hook? Did he hook you, okay? In them guts, all right? Or did he get you? Did he stick his hook in you, okay? And she was like, I mean, no, we ain't had no sex, but, you know, we've been on a few dates or whatever. And so Zell, like, called her out on her hypocrisy. So he's like, wait a minute. You're mad at Bambi for talking to a man that don't even claim you, and that was 10 years ago, but you're dating her baby father / ex-husband, but her thing was, oh, you know, he was off limits because I thought me and Bambi were friends. And see, here's the thing, Amy, I need you to be able to differentiate between friends and associates. You were building a relationship with Bambi. It doesn't negate your feelings of like, dang, girl, I thought we was like building something. And instead of being mature and just saying your feelings were kind of hurt or like you felt some way and could have actually moved on from this if you really want to be good with Bambi. But the thing is, you want to Scrappy. You've been wanting to Scrappy. And so instead of just doing it, you're creating a whole mess to justify the fact that you would hop on that and do a full split. You really could have kept Scrappy as your sneaky link. Like, y'all really could have just shut the fuck up and had sex behind the scenes. If you wanted to. Like, if you really, like, you want to go Scrappy, then just do it and let him be your sneaky link. It's not that hard. Scrappy is absolutely fully sneaky link material and got no, just broke, bum ass, good dick, devil dick niggas. Like, that's the only way Scrappy would literally have 3 women on social media at the same time just going back and forth. It was Erica, Diamond, Bambi. It was really Erica and Diamond fighting with Bambi. But the fact that all of those women was in cahoots, like, obviously the dick is something, okay? And then Erica, well, her ass coming back trying to talk about, oh, you know, we working on something. We gonna do a restaurant together. And, you know, he my baby father. You know, we gonna co-parent. First of all, your child is in college, so miss me with the co-parenting. But yeah, I mean, you been one to on him, so it's very apparent. And then, like, the hypocrisy of it all is just like the fact that you don't see it is baffling. But yeah, so she was like, I was just, you know, he was off limits because, you know, I was with Bambi, da. And so here the shit gets started. You know, now Sierra's all up in it and Bambi's all up in it. You know, what did Bambi say? She said something like, my bum baby daddy, you won, or something like that. Dang, how did she say it? How did Erica say it? Oh, she was like, oh, you know, she's been wanting her out, you know, oh, it's your hour, because that's what Sierra said. Yeah, go ahead, girl, it's your hour, it's Amy hour. And Bambi was like, bitch, this is your 3 minutes, okay? Because Amy, after this season, and I really feel bad for you, because a part of me feels like you got gassed up by producers, and producers do look for their like the pets, the ones who are willing to cause a scene, stir up the shit, and there's a way to do it without putting your position at jeopardy, because trust and believe, them producers don't give a fuck about y'all. It's about the ratings, right? And Amy, for the sake of getting a little extra, you know, maybe a few little extra coins in your pocket on the front end, you effing yourself over on the back end, because you're getting so much backlash. What's gonna happen next season? Like, Chaotic, you know, allegedly behind the scenes, he got a woman, you know. Scrappy, he on his way out. Kirk and like, it's just Amy, girl. Oh Lord, I really hope a lot of this you did not let the producers gas you up into doing this shit. Like, I feel like a part of it is, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. But nonetheless, Baby's like, girl, go ahead, get your 3 minutes. Then here goes Sierra yelling at her, you know, and Sierra just couldn't hold it in. So now here go Amy. Bitch, you tight face, got swole lips. You wanted to go in and look like me, came out looking like a busted can of biscuits. Like, she was just going off. Zell was like, girl, you look like Wesley Snipes, you know, you look like Wesley Snipes on Uno Reverse, you know, like, he was just going in. Sierra was capping on her, Amy capping on Sierra. It was just a whole ass mess. She talking about, you try to go and look like me and it effed up. You know, Amy was like, yeah, Bambi, you ain't gotta worry about it, something. She was like, yes, Sierra, like, and it's gonna be real good. I heard it got a curve in it or something like that. Everybody was just kind of like, Amy, like, bro, and she's leaving, still talking mad shit, cash money shit, and that's where the episode ends. And so to me, it's just kind of like, Amy, you really did yourself over. Like, you absolutely did. Bambi is not beefing with you. You're beefing with Bambi. And the only thing Bambi is doing is clapping back at your ass. The minute you get on Scrappy and you start catching feelings because You will. Don't be trying to come back talking mad shit about Scrappy next season. Don't do it, okay? Because all we gonna do is look at you.
Yes.
Like, bitch, we told you. We told you. But okay then. All right then. You gotta learn on your own. Some girls just gotta learn on their own. But yeah, you guys, that was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Next week is the finale, or halfway season finale. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. No. And then yeah, Amy was just like tight face. The fact that you were using Scrappy's, you know, rebuttals also as well is like lame. It's so lame. And even though they had like, Bambi, also Scrappy talked to Spice about Bambi and Amy going back and forth, and he was like, you know, Bambi, whatever she going through her life, she can put in her music, and Amy, you know, they going back and forth, you know, that's cool. You know why? Regardless of what Bambi's saying is cool, because you got two bitches fighting over you. And nothing soothes a man's ego more than having two women fighting over him. Point blank, period. If he ain't got shit going on in his life, two women fighting over him, or not over him, but he can convince himself it's over him. And it makes these dudes feel so much better about themselves. But at the end of the day, Scrappy, like, you really ain't got shit going on in your life. You most likely depressed, and like I said, you ain't trying to put it on this man. You ain't trying to do the hard work, and that's where you gonna be where you at. I guarantee you, whatever restaurant you so-called working on with Erica will not come to fruition. Cause hell, I know that credit is janky. But yeah, you guys, y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what you think about Amy. You know, with Scrappy. Do you guys feel like, you know, girl, fuck on him, go do it, whatever you want to do, lick it, split it, whatever you want to do, lick it, stick it with it, and that's just be what it is. Just make sure you get tested. When it comes to Zell, do you guys believe Zell is bisexual? Okay, does he like the lady pond just as much as he liked the boy lake? Yandy, do you guys believe that Yandy knows her relationship is over? Who do you think is fighting to keep the relationship going, and actually fighting to keep it, you know, up? And what do you guys think of Karlie? Do you guys feel like Karlie should have went to her with her daughter to check on the dad? And do you feel like Karlie puts these nipples over her daughter? I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, just drop it down in the comments and we'll chat about it. And I will see you guys later. Deuces.